just to recap the previous Red Line series that we just had with that team from the North Side. All my North Side brethren, friends, family, they a little extra happy, got a little extra pep in their step because they happened to beat us in 2 games at the urinal up north. Tough way to go out. 2 tough losses back to back, unfortunately. You have the lead in both of those games, which has become and not even an alarming trend, but has just continued to prove a pattern for this team that this team cannot close, being the White Sox. They had leads against the Milwaukee Brewers on the road, lost 4-3 in extra innings in the 10th, had another late lead against Milwaukee, lost 6-3 in that ball game. You go to the North Side to play that team. You're up 5-0 in the first game. You lose that. You're up 5-1 in the second game. You lose that. So again, very disturbing patterns that have reared their ugly heads for this team throughout the entirety of this season for the Chicago White Sox. I'm going to place blame for that, of course, at the feet of the manager. Pedro Grifol, I've made it quite obvious that I am not a fan. I've made it quite obvious that I feel like he should be out of a job. That first game against the Scrubbies, 5-0, the heavens open up. You get a rain delay. That team up north loves their rain delays, I'm telling you, because they were getting cooked. They were 100% getting cooked. And we get I believe a 45-minute rain delay, completely halts our momentum, right? Completely slows down what the White Sox were doing. Flexen, who again was having a really, really good pitching performance, quite frankly, pitching as good, if not better than Amaya was in that game. You got him right there. You got him all on the ropes. You're up 5-0. He comes back out and again continues to give an effort. In my opinion, Pedro Grifol misstepped when he decided to take Flexen out. I believe he was only at about 65 pitches through that game. I would have preferred if he kept him in there on a batter-to-batter basis, right? If it looks like it's getting away from him because of the delay, then you can take him out. I felt like he was premature in pulling him and going to the bullpen, which is a clear weakness for this White Sox team. You don't have the horses in your bullpen to maintain leads, even when they're large leads. I mean, you're up 5-0 on a team that is also struggling for wins and also struggling to score runs. You should be able to perform the tasks that you need to hold on to that victory. The White Sox were unable to do that. Again, unable to do it against Milwaukee, who is a much better team than what the Scrubbies are. And they were unable to do it again against the Scrubbies themselves. So you had all the momentum. You had a building full of White Sox fans, no matter what anybody says. I mean, it was practically a home game for us. That's just what it is. We weren't able to hold on to the lead because the bullpen coughed it up. And because the manager second-guessed himself or outthought himself or inexperience showed, whatever you want to call it, incompetence. We can call it that as well because, again, I'm not a fan. I probably would have packed his bags up months ago. Ended up losing this ball game. Luis Robert comes back in his first appearance after being out for several months with injury. Has a solid game, has a home run, give you the lead again. Things are going your way, and unfortunately, you just can't hold on. You fall to the wayside 7-6. And then you come back the very next night, you go up 5-1, you follow the exact same blueprint, getting a big lead early. This time you got Fetty on the mound. Fetty's pitching well. Fetty's doing solid. You go to your bullpen, and your bullpen lets it trickle down their legs again. It's unfortunate. It is a terrible pattern for this team that it's got to get fixed at some point. And unfortunately, that point is not on the immediate horizon. Grifol is not the answer, right? You don't have a lot of answers along your pitching staff. You clearly don't have answers in your bullpen. When you try to give the ball to those guys, it's a fail. Michael Kopech is supposed to be your closer. Michael Kopech did not close. He threw 2 pitches in that 9th inning, and he saw one of them go over the fence, and the ball game was over. And he knew it as soon as he threw it that the ball game was over. He knew it instantly. It's just not good. It's not good all the way around, right? Like I said, I put the first loss to the North Side team more so on Grafal. Put the second loss on that team not as much on Grafal. Again, your players do still have to execute at times. You got a terrible strike zone in that second game that was really impacted both teams. It impacted the North Side team early. It impacted the White Sox late. And it wasn't good. There's a lot of missteps all the way around, a lot of bad baseball all the way around. This team is exceedingly frustrating to watch as a fan. It is a difficult watch to watch, and at times can be a difficult cover as well. From this point forward, you're going into playing the Boston Red Sox. That game is live right now. The White Sox, of course, aren't performing well at this current moment in time. They're definitely losing. Maybe they can turn it around. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But now's the time where you start getting greater and greater trade rumors, greater speculation around who's going to be with this team going forward. That's what happens when you lose 2 games like you did to that team on the North Side of Chicago. 2 games that you should have won, that you could have used to build momentum with, that you lost, that you found a way to lose. You basically snatched a loss from the jaws of victory. Incredibly frustrating, incredibly annoying, incredibly disappointing. You're well on your way, well on the road to, at this point, establishing the worst record in the history of the sport. I believe the White Sox are currently at 13 losses in a row. As they play the Boston Red Sox right now, they're on their way to a 14th loss in a row. The schedule is not going to lighten up here anytime soon if you can't get some of these wins currently. So strap it in, White Sox fans. We got a long one ahead of us. Maybe on the bright side of things, maybe Pedro Grafal gets shipped up out of here sooner rather than later if they keep on this current pace of losing. Maybe they knock on his door and Jerry finally finds the cojones to bite the bullet and fire this dude like he should have did at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. As always, I'm JJ3. I keep y'all abreast of what's going on with everything Southside, everything White Sox. Peace out.